Hey, it's W5HRO. Well, I picked up one of these old Glen VFO oscillators. Anyone remember these? These things would take a 11 or a 10 meter radio, 15 meter radio, and you could move them around all over the place. A lot of guys used to use these things for like 10 meter conversion from a CB radio, like I've done here on my Courier setup with this old PAL VFO here. And or you could actually convert it down to like 15 meters. Now, some radios may not work 100% on 15 without some slight modification, because usually, the tuning coils and everything and the Pi network output for the RF amplifiers and stuff on the outputs may not have enough inductance to work all the way down to 15, but they might. 21 megacycles isn't that far away from where was CB, 26, 27. So it's possible. I mean, I never, this is the first one of these I've ever owned. I found it, I got it pretty cheap on eBay. It's the old 326-G model, which was the common one. Now, they're not phase lock loop, but they are digital. So as you can see, I have it dialed into where it's like around 28 megacycles. So I thought, well, later this winter, it's got the RCA output jack on the back, and there's some dip switches. You got to pull the lid off, and you got to set the dip switches right for whatever radio it's hooked up to, and it's designed to hook up on this radio too. So I thought, why not? Later on this winter, I can play around with it, and I can unplug the RCA cable from the back of this PAL VFO and plug it right down the back, and I can just switch back and forth and see which one works better on the Courier radio here. So just kind of wanted to show it. First one of these I've ever owned. I have all the manuals for it and everything, all the paperwork, schematics, and so forth. So it should be a pretty easy attachment to this radio. Now, I'm not sure it works 100%. I haven't checked to see if the output's outputting. I just thought for right now I'd plug it in, look at the display, set the other VFO on top of it, then I'll play with it when I have time. But I got it so cheap I didn't really care. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to show it off a little bit, and we'll see what happens with this. But that's kind of cool, because if that works, then I won't need a frequency counter on this other one, except to check it once in a while. There's a fine-tuned frequency adjustment on the back of it, so it's not PLL, but it is digital. So we'll see how this thing works here later on this winter. But here's a good shot. And the case, there's no scratches really on the case. It's in really, really good condition. It's near mint, so I couldn't resist. I had to grab it. So that's it for now on the old Glen VFO oscillator. This is W5HRO 73s.